Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are live reacting to the Back for Blood showcase. This is an ad. There we go. Back for Blood. I'm joined by a special guest, Zerango. So he's going to be live reacting with me. We're both big Left 4 Dead fans, so we're excited for this.
Yup.
Um, ha- so you played have you played most of the games like on PC?
It was
before?
actually all on Xbox. I only had
Yeah,
an
me too.
Xbox. Yeah, the Xbox 360 days where
Yeah.
you would hang out in a live party and BM everyone. Good
Yeah.
times, good times.
Um, I did eventually transition over to PC for those games because the mods are just so great. I don't
Right.
know if you've
Yeah, that's
tried any of them.
not. No, I could have. This is a PvP showcase, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. Wonder how they approach it.
I guess we'll find out.
Hello and welcome to the Back 4
Hey,
Blood
Naomi Kyle.
showcase. If you don't already know, Back 4 Blood is an upcoming 4-player co-op
Solid green
zombie
screen.
shooter made
Yeah.
by the
Good
creators
lighting.
of Left 4 Dead. Today we're diving deeper into the new PvP mode called Swarm, how it works, and what you'll be doing. Maybe even a little bit of strategy. We'll also talk with Turtle Rock's lead game designer on Back 4 Blood, Brandon Yanez, to help piece it all together. Before we get there, though, let's start off with the reveal of a brand new PvP trailer and see what it's like in action.
Swarm
This
mode.
is by far one of the things I love the most about Left 4 Dead is the you have 4 people playing the special zombies and 4 people trying to get through.
Yeah. I've always found that fun.
Well, it's like most of the time you think of zombies, right? And they're just not thinking beings, but you put a human brain behind the entity of a zombie, and suddenly it's a lot more terrifying because they're like
Oh yeah.
tactical and coming up with plans instead of just
At the same time, though, like when you're not playing PvP, I felt like the AI was really good for those special zombies because they would
They
always
were.
fuck you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their positioning was amazing. Now I haven't seen any of the earlier stuff for this game, but it looks like a lot of the special zombies are very, very similar to what they had in Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah, I'm finding that too. But they just changed their names because they can't use the same names and everything.
Right, yeah. But you have the boomer, you have the hunter, you have the...
I
that's
guarantee
the
you,
hunter right there.
everybody's going to be calling them by their old names.
Yeah. You do. What? Right?
What was that?
This one's the charger.
Yeah, it looks like it, yeah.
Bitter.
Yeah. Hunter.
This is super cool though. It seems... I can't tell if they're trying to go through a level or it's just like horde
Oh,
mode
this
here.
this looks like it had the circle, so it kind of looked like Battle Royale.
Whoa, that's cool.
Or just
That
like a
looks
closing circle, I
intense.
guess.
So
but-
there you have it, guys. Back 4 Blood's PvP mode Swarm. To hear more about it and to take a deep dive into the gameplay and the mechanics, we have Turtle Rock's lead game designer on Back 4 Blood, Brandon Yanez.
Cool.
Brandon, can you tell us a little bit about the inspiration of this new PvP mode and what makes it fun and unique?
Of course, so just like our previous titles, we really enjoy bringing new ideas to the table while retaining the spirit of the genre that we're working in. So Back 4 Blood's PvP is heavily inspired by our previous titles that mix survival, fast action, massive monsters, and a touch of horror. So our goal is to make a balanced and fun PvP mode with just as much replayability as the main campaign.
So what's the structure of the PvP like? Do you play in rounds? Can you play as both cleaners and ridden in one match? Or are you
Cleaners-
swapping between the
cleaners
two?
are people, maybe?
So it's played
I think
as
so.
a best of 3 match. Teams of 4 take turns swapping between the ridden and cleaner
Okay.
players.
Yeah,
The job of the cleaners is to scavenge supplies, find a good place on the map to fortify their position, and try to last as long as
Interesting.
they can. The ridden's main objective is to kill the cleaners as fast as they can. So this is achieved by choosing the right ridden to counter the other team's
Cool, you can
strategy,
choose who you
using
want. I
rotational
love
plays,
that. Instead of
and
just being
coordinating
given
attacks
someone
with
random,
other
I
Yeah.
enjoy being able to
As the
grab that
round
like
progresses,
tactical side of
the
things.
swarm
This
moves
is
forward.
a
So this
meta
increases
comp,
the
right?
size of the ridden
Yeah.
attacks and shrinks the playable space, sometimes forcing the cleaners out of their favor.
Yeah, so the space shrinks
So
and you have
when a
to.
cleaner team is wiped from the field, The points are scored for how long they survive. Then both
That's such a
teams
cool way to
swap,
approach it,
and
because then they
go
can't just
back on
find
their
like
side.
the OP
team that
corner to
runs
sit
the
in. Sure,
clock
they
the
can
longest,
they can
as
sit in
the
there for a
cleaners
little
is the
bit,
winner.
but then
Now, I
Yeah.
understand you can play
as they need to
all the
move, that's when they
different
can take
cleaners
action.
in
That's
both
super
co-op and
nifty.
PvP.
Yeah, that's really
Do
cool.
you have a favorite character that you play as?
So I have a couple. I play Mom a lot. She's a badass. She's
Okay.
a shotgun. She adds a lot of survivability to the team. She can
Characters have
also
abilities. I
instantly
dig
help
it.
teammates that have fallen.
Oh,
during battle.
that's-
all of our
okay.
cleaners have special perks. So that one is hers.
Let's jump into another trailer that goes
I
So
like
that
it.
more
changes,
in depth
yeah,
on
that
the
changes
Ridden's
quite a
progression
few
through
things.
PvP.
You're not just a
Check it out.
regular person and aesthetics don't matter. It's like,
Yeah, you want to
What
pick
it-
a specific character.
right, you have cleaner comps and you have ridden comps. Cool.
Reeker. Oh, there's like 3 different categories of this guy. Fast hitting melee, vomit blast for the wretch, and then exploder explodes.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you couldn't tell.
Stinger,
Interesting.
Hawker. So there's like different classes for each special infected.
Right.
Yeah.
You have a class and like a subclass almost.
Wow.
I dig it.
Have they showed off any tank kind of characters yet?
I don't think they've showed off any sort of special bosses yet.
A Martin class is tall boy, as the court says.
Accurate though.
Yeah.
This is so interesting. And this is only the PvP side of things. This isn't even the campaign.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Brandon, we just saw that each different Ridden has their own
Mm-hmm.
variants as well as their own mutations on each variant. So can you expand a little more on these special abilities and how they work?
Sure. So at the start of each round, players can choose between 9 playable Ridden, each with their own unique abilities.
If you pre-order
for
now,
example,
we'll give you the
Stalker
10th
can
Ridden with
multiplayer
2
and pull them
variants.
away from their team,
If you just pay
or an
$69.99
exploder can
on
tie a
DLC.
in the middle of a group of cleaners and fling them all in separate directions.
But it's a cool
Knowing
cool
that each
aspect now
Ridden
because
has
the
these different
DLC is
abilities,
now
how do
just
they
not
change and improve throughout,
it's not just
a match and
changing
improve
the look of
Ridden's
things, and mods just aren't
So
changing the
as
look.
the
You can
Ridden battle
add
against the cleaners,
DLC
they can
creatures to be able
they can spend
to
these points
add
to
depth to the
unlock
game, and
upgrades,
DLC
mutations
cleaners
upgrade
to be able to add
a
depth to the
lot of
game.
different
Yeah.
things
That
on
opens
the
it up a
side,
lot.
From adding effects to their abilities, they might buff the common AI waves in size and strength. So the really cool thing is, so they affect the whole team, and they persist between rounds. So as a Ridden team starts to coordinate their upgrades, things can get pretty wild.
Interesting.
What are some strategies that the Ridden team can take on in order to get a leg up on the competition?
If the cleaners are really sticking together, you can swap to the wretch and vomit on their location. That's going to cause them to
The
spread
boomer.
out, right? This is
Yeah.
going to open up a whole bunch of opportunities for your other Ridden players to attack, right? So if you get them to spread out and there's a Stalker nearby, Stalker uses the Chaos to grab one of the cleaners and drag them off into the swarm. The wretch's vomit also slows their victims, so if a tall boy who's naturally pretty slow can attack one of those slow characters, they're going to really be able to pummel them. Another good one is if a exploder waits for a cleaner to go revive their friend, they can use that as an opportunity to charge in and detonate on them, sending them flying and doing a massive amount of
Cool.
damage.
Ooh, sounds pretty brutal. So with that
sounds
being said,
brutal.
which is your favorite
Yeah.
Ridden to play as?
That has to be the tall boy. It's pretty easy to pick up and play, and I have a lot of fun hitting cleaners across the map.
Speaking of fun, let's talk about weapons. Now, throughout the trailers, you can see a number of
Yeah.
different weapons. Can you go a little deeper into what those weapons are and how they work?
So we really wanted to expand on the amount of choices the player had. In
I
Battlefield
loved
with
the
their
idea of
weapons.
using
So, of course,
propane
there's
tanks.
handguns, shotguns, LMGs, SMGs, sniper rifles, and a whole bunch of other
Classics.
types of weapons, each with sort of like a unique character feel to them.
Molotov, you gotta have the
how deep
Molotov.
does this weapon
Got to.
customization
It's
go?
a
I really
staple,
wanna know,
man.
what are some of the
Fire
different
beats
attachments,
zombies.
options,
Yeah.
and how do they change the gameplay?
Unless, you know, they turn into
Absolutely.
flaming
So
zombies and
there's a
still
lot
attack,
of
in which
different,
case that's even more
customization
terrifying.
options
Yes.
for weapons. So throughout the world, you can find scopes, silencers, stocks, sights, all that good stuff. You can mix and match them. So there's a ton
Cool.
of options.
Last
Lots of
question.
customization
Do you
on
have
guns.
A favorite type of weapon?
Absolutely. So as I said earlier, I really enjoy playing Mom, so her shotgun is definitely at the top of my list.
Ah, that's a solid choice.
That's
Wait,
crazy.
does
All
only
right,
she
we've
have the
learned a
shotgun?
little bit about how it all works.
It
the
seems
cleaners, the
like
Ridden,
maybe they have like
mutations, as well
a
as how
specialty that they use, and then they
customization works for the
upgrade their
weapons.
weapon from there.
Thank you so much
Oh.
for joining me, Brandon. and for giving us a little
I think
bit
that's
more
the same way
detail
that
on Back 4 Blood's new
the
PvP
Ridden
mode,
use it
Swarm.
too. It's like they
Thanks
have a
for having
special
me.
ability and they
I can't wait
upgrade
for
on that
everyone to get
special
their hands on
ability.
this
If I'm
game.
not
Okay.
mistaken,
Excited.
if
Can't
what
wait
I'm
either.
comprehending
The good news
correct.
is that you guys won't have to wait too long. There's an open beta coming up on
Okay,
August 12th
going in the
with an
calendar.
early
Thank you
access
very much.
portion on August 5th available for those who pre-order. That's all for today, but Back 4 Blood still has
Wow, that
a lot
was
more to
short.
reveal in the coming months.
I was
so
expecting like half an
stay
hour or
tuned.
something.
Bye.
That's it?
I guess so. That could have been a
Okay, hold
YouTube
on.
video. That could have been a YouTube
Yeah.
video.
What?
I liked how they had trailers that they had in the
There you go. That was the Back for Blood.
yeah, they had trailers that they had in the Summer Game Fest and
As I told you,
I think Xbox and all that stuff.
Gotham Knights
And
at the end, that-
like they should have just saved that for this because then they could have filled
that
more time.
is, those are the
Right.
big kind of publishers
I actually haven't seen
today.
any of the other stuff on Back 4 Blood yet.
Is,
I didn't do a
these
whole ton of
feature
research, but
game show,
Mhm.
that are gonna be
Hmm.
streaming,
Well, that was the most in-depth detail on the gameplay and everything. But
Okay.
like everything else is just trailers and stuff.
personally co-stream,
But yeah, even though it was short, I'm super excited.
it's gonna be awesome. Well, let's go over this a little bit because I'm really interested to be able to break it down.
Sure.
We have the Riddens and the Cleaners,
Mhm.
which are the two different sides.
Yep.
Each of the sides have their own special abilities based on the character that you choose. So Cleaners have like, I didn't even see what it was. Do you remember what the ability of Mom was that they threw up there?
I don't know. I just know she has a shotgun. Let me
Right.
see. I'll see if the video is on their YouTube. YouTube.com. What was it? Turtle Rock?
I think it was, yeah.
Turtle Rock.
Because it seemed like the people have special abilities and they can upgrade, and the Riddens have mutations on top of special upgrades which they can upgrade. So like you start building a team and you go down all of these different routes. There's so many new ways to be able to improve gameplay and just adjust gameplay. I mean, if it's Geoff, it's Jeff.
Is Jeff.
My name Jeff.
Why didn't I type in YouTube?
I like that landing page. That looks really cool.
For Turtle Rock Studios.
And no, the one that you just had up on Dream before you went to Google.
Oh yeah, that's like bookmarks and stuff.
Yeah, no, that was cool.
Extended E3. This was an hour ago, so I just had the trailers. I can pull up
Okay.
The trailers. Yeah, I don't know, because I can't rewind a Twitch video.
Right.
I was hoping it was on YouTube. So yeah, I just got the trailer playing. But yeah, I didn't catch what the ability was for Mom. Just that she
But
has a shotgun.
Right. But did you see like +1 to something and it looked like they had some substats there?
I didn't pay attention, to be honest, to that.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah.
that's when her character came up. It showed her.
Right.
Okay.
Which gives a lot of opportunity for being able to improve
Mhm.
your character. If like throughout the game you get upgrades, that's a
Yeah.
really cool aspect to be able to start going down different routes and seeing what's optimal in whatever situation. I love in-depth stuff like that, especially when it comes to games, and it's not something that I've seen before in a style like this. Well,
And I think like that kind of stuff is needed to reintroduce this game.
Right.
Because it's been a long time since the first two games.
Mm.
And yeah, I think you need to add stuff to keep it more interesting and keep people engaged and keep playing it. And I think adding those like upgrades and different classes and like all that stuff is definitely a plus for sure.
Right. Oh, big time, big time. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
But the other great thing is it makes balancing a hell of a lot easier. So instead of changing like an overall attribute of a specific monster, let's say just they want to buff the tall boy, right?
Yeah.
They don't just buff the entire tall boy and maybe make it OP or make it so the people who were playing it before don't like it. They can literally look through the stats of the gameplay and be like, oh, no one is using this particular subclass or this upgrade route. Maybe we'll change this upgrade route a little bit to be able to make it more enticing and have more people open up to different ways of playing the character.
Right. I think I noticed in this trailer here, I think I saw an infected that looked like a tank.
This guy,
Okay,
no,
let's see.
Well, that also looked crazy. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm a
this-
couple seconds behind.
Yeah. There's I don't know what that thing is. A huge tentacle.
The tentacle.
Yeah. But I did
All
see
I know is we have to
yeah.
kill it now with fire.
Where did I see that tank? Hold on. Go back here. But I think there are other infected. I think they just showed off the 3, and I think there's more that they didn't really go into depth with. Here. Yeah, so there's this thing right here that looks like a tank, kind of. It should probably come up for you soon.
Waiting patiently. I seen a video a little bit earlier of a really yeah. That looks like a tank.
Yeah.
It was that thing like busting through into an underground highway.
Oh,
I think I
okay.
remember seeing a video of that. Tiny bit of research, just tiny bit. I looked into it just to be able to make sure I knew the genre, and then as soon as I seen it was this, I was actually super excited because I had no idea that WB was putting this on.
Yeah, I knew this game existed. I didn't realize when I first found out about it that it was WB that's publishing it.
Right.
But yeah, it's really cool. Turtle Rock Studios, yeah. So that's
dig
the
it.
development studio that formed from the the developers of Left 4 Dead when they were at Valve. So really cool. Well, that's our live reaction to the Back 4 Blood showcase for E3. We'll be taking a quick break and be back with the PC gaming show. Thanks to Zerango for joining me. You can find
Thanks for having
him
me.
on twitch.tv/Zerango if you want to go follow him. I'm at Till Plays. If you want to follow us on Spawn Trap, follow us on Twitch and YouTube. The link's down at the bottom left corner there. Make sure that you're following and that you turn on notifications so you know that when we go live for live stream reactions and for new videos being uploaded. And you can also follow us on the social stuff and everything there. Zerango, thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And we'll be back very soon.
Chill. Spawn.